Yeah, go ahead.
So switching gears a little bit, neurologist Dr. Kevin Kennard visited the executive mansion 8 times in 8 months between 2023 and 2024. Do you recall these visits?
I mean, I know that it was reported on.
Do you know what prompted those visits?
I believe there was a statement that was put out by Dr. O'Connor explaining. So I would have to refer you to that statement.
So at the time, your only knowledge of Dr. Kennard's visits would have been the publicly available memo from
At the
Dr.
time,
O'Connor.
I think it was reported by the press first, and then there was a supplemental memo that came out from Dr. O'Connor.
So you recall that memo? You
The
recall,
supplemental memo?
yes.
I recall the supplemental memo being released to explain Dr. Kennard's visits.
And then at a press briefing on July 8th, 2024, you cited, quote, security reasons, end quote, when refusing to explain the details of the neurologist visits. You never said what those security concerns were.
I believe the supplemental memo, spoke to Dr. Kennard's visits, and I would refer you to that.
Had you ever heard the name Dr. Kennard before this was reported on?
Not that I recall.
Did you ever hear about a neurologist visiting the White House prior to this being reported on?
Not that I recall. As you know, as it's connected to his physical, he sees an array of specialists, but I would have to say no. I don't know any visits from Dr. Kennard
And
beyond learning this.
Did you you received questions, correct, about the president participating or somehow completing a cognitive exam? You received those questions, correct?
Correct.
Did you ever know of the president, in fact, taking a cognitive exam?
Not that I'm aware of.
Are you aware of anybody in the White House advising that the president take a cognitive exam?
Not that I'm aware of.
Did you ever say, like, it would make my job easier if he just took the cognitive exam?
It's not my decision to make.
Is it, I really don't know, would it have been inappropriate to say, like, this would make my job easier if he just took the cognitive exam?
I think that's up to the medical doctor.
In her interview, Anita Dunn explained that some of Biden's senior advisors came to a consensus that Biden shouldn't take the cognitive exam, concluding that it would offer no political benefits. Were you aware of those discussions, or?
I don't recall. And I've said this earlier, as the White House press secretary, I'm not in every meeting, right? It's not my job to be in every meeting. There's some conversations that are going to happen that I'm not involved in, that I'm not included in.
So you don't recall being aware that the reason that President Biden wasn't taking a cognitive test was that it had been deemed that it would offer no political benefits?
And I will also say that I wasn't part of kind of political strategy, because that was not part of my portfolio. And that was something that I was not, as a White House press secretary, was not capable of doing, or was part of my purview.
And when you said, to my previous question, that you believed that it was up to the doctor for the president to take a cognitive exam, you're referring to Dr. Kevin O'Connor again?
Yeah, he was the president's doctor, so I was referring to Dr. O'Connor. And he has a team. The president has a team of doctors. Every president does. It's not unusual.
And Dr. O'Connor pled the fifth when he came before this committee. Are you aware of that?
Yes, I'm aware.
Do you have any knowledge of why Dr. O'Connor would plead the fifth?
I'm assuming it's because he's a doctor, and just out of, that's what would not be uncommon. That's what I believe. I have no idea. I can't speak to anything beyond that.
Well, actually, Ms. Tomasini and Mr. Bernal both also pled the fifth in front of this committee. Are you aware of that?
I'm aware.
Same question. Do you have any knowledge about why they would do that?
I don't have any knowledge.
And to the question of it was up to Dr. O'Connor whether President Biden should take a cognitive exam. Maybe you already said this, but did you have a conversation with him about that?
No.
And so when did you become aware, or how did you become aware that Dr. O'Connor did not believe that President Biden required a cognitive exam?
When it became a question, a very heavily asked question in the press briefing room.
Maybe I'm confused. So how did you become aware that Dr. O'Connor had said that President Biden did not need a cognitive exam?
I said it's up to, no, what I was trying to say was that it's up to the doctor to make that decision. And you would assume that, that he didn't think that was needed. But that's up to the doctor. That's not up to me. Because I think I was asked, well, why didn't I ask for him to have one? And I said, it's up to the medical doctor.
Would it have made your life easier if you had taken a cognitive exam?
I didn't think about it that way. That's not how I thought about it. I thought, this is a medical decision. It's not my decision to make. It's a medical decision. And that was decided on outside of me.
In your